We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender, and it's all about the young police from Jamaica, seeing Young Police Channel. Big up yourself, Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Blessed love, Rastafari.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. Yeah, so this is gonna be a 7-part series about this man. He call himself Sir Q, and we want you to know that no, you cannot, when you come on to criminal, you cannot give no convicted or career criminal, dirty bongo, carouse, corobonkos, the name Sir. Sir is a prestigious name. It's a name that represents itself, and this man is none of it. None. Convicted criminal, murderer, robber, unrepentant. So, as I look right now, yeah, before we start, this is a Jamaican, you know, migrated to America, illegal alien, and he's wanted for murder in America, in New York. And this man, yeah man, he's in Jamaica hiding, being protected by the criminal-minded people there in Jamaica. Dirty bungle, carouse, corobonkers. And I say that without any apologies. I don't want these people around me. No time, not even when I'm dead. Because these people they are the lowest when they come on to human being. They are not human being, they are corpse. Walking and talking corpse. Go dead behave like them. Not even alarm clock can wake up them brain. Because they have been conditioned and programmed to be criminal minded and dirty bungle. Beneficiaries and supporters of criminality. Make excuse of criminals. Talk about boy hunger rape. As if people life now no value. When all dirty bungle and corrows and corobonkers. One of the rarest set of people on earth. All, yeah, I mean someone worse than drunk or mongrel dog. I said that without any apologies. Yes. So we are continuing this guy now. So yeah, you can't use, yeah, you can't, the title, sir, carries weight. It implies a level of respect, of earned recognition, a mark of distinction to bestow it upon someone like you. It is to sully the very meaning of the word. Sir Porter agrees wholeheartedly. Criminals should not be allowed to masquerade around under names that suggest dignity and honor. This all dirty bungle now have no honor, nor dignity. Dirty bungle. Sir Q doesn't exist. There's only one career criminal Q. A man whose life is defined by predation, and dirty bungle Q. A fitting moniker that encapsulates the chaos, dirt, and filth of his actions. Boy, you're Sir Q. You're not Sir Q. You're dirty bungle Q. Career criminal Q. You're not Sir. Which part are you having respect? Respect what? You're dirty bungle. Anybody who supports you are criminal-minded people are the notorious Sir Q. No man, dirty bungle. Career criminal Q. Sir Q, the very name sends shivers down the spines of even the most ardent criminals. But should someone with such a notorious and destructive legacy be allowed to carry the title, Sir? A title traditionally associated with respect, dignity and honor. This all carousing and no dignity, nor honor, nor respect. Absolutely not. As I have stated, Sir Porter himself astutely pointed out, no criminal, especially one as vile, unapologetic and unrepentant as this dirty bungle Q, career criminal Q, should ever have the privilege of such designation. Instead, let's call him what he truly is, career criminal Q, or more fittingly dirty bungle Q. These names strip away any pretense of nobility. No, you can't have a noble criminal. All dirty bungle, boss sir. We'll fix that. And instead, reflect on sordid reality of his life. A legacy built not on honor, but on fear, violence, and destruction. You hear the old dirty bungle, a boss, or him rob and kill the man in New York, and I go on like say, some hero. And not a hero. We just listen to your corals and corobunkers and dirty bungle. So let's not miss word. Q is not just another criminal. He's a career predator. A career predator, a career criminal, dirty bungle, a man whose action has devastated family, dismantled communities and perpetrate a culture of violence from his days of terrorizing New York with robberies and murder, selling drugs, and I behave like something good, I boast about it, to his eventual deportation to Jamaica. This man never have no papers and live in America. You hear the old criminal where his crimes continue. Q, career dirty bungle Q, has left a trail of pain and destruction. He's a kind of criminal who revels in his infamy, wearing his crime as a badge of honor, in dirty clothes and in dirty self. He doesn't seek redemption, he seeks validation. He goes straight to the departure lounge. And yet, some still allow him to hold onto the title to elevate him by calling him Sir Q. Sir Q. They inadvertently glorify his actions, giving him a platform to boast about his exploit rather than face the full weight of condemnation he deserves. All dirty bungle nobody not supposed to listen to him. Because he's an unrepentant criminal, convicted murderer and robber. And I talk about say boy, man, I support rape. We don't support no criminal, no form of crime. No crime, every crime a crime. If you violate somebody's rights, you are criminal. None. Rape no greater than murder. Still violation of people's rights. Why is it so important to reject Sir in front of Q's name? Because names have power. When you call someone Sir, you grant them a measure of authority and respect. None for him. Dirty bungle. You elevate their status, even if subconsciously. For someone like Q, who has built his reputation on fear and violence, this is dangerous. It feeds into his ego, validates his actions, and emboldens others who look up to this dirty bungle, carousing and corobunkers, as a symbol of power and rebellion. It's a pity that I never had Jamaica as a detective see me. Him boast, so him kill all Jamaican already since him go back and go to jail and GP. I boast how him about prison board. Okay, you're not a detective at Jamaica. And the man is a career criminal. Career criminal have to put out, you have to take them out. Dirty bungle. All fish. Calling him career criminal or dirty bungle strips away that power. It frames him. Not as someone to be admired or feared, but someone to be reviled and pitied for his pathetic life choices. Dirty bungle Q. A criminal without redemption. The dirty bungle Q has no remorse for his actions. He boasts about his crimes, robbing, extorting and killing, with no regard for the lives he has destroyed. He doesn't see himself as a criminal. He sees himself as a king of the underworld, a man above law and morality. But make no mistake, there is no redemption for a man like Q. Dirty bungle Q. His crimes are too numerous, his arrogance too great, and his disregard for human life too deeply ingrained. He is not a misunderstood figure or a product of unfortunate circumstances. He is a predator by choice and by design. So let's be clear, the legacy of Dirty Bungle Q is not one to triumph or power. It's a legacy of destruction. He left many families grieving, Communities shattered and trail of blood and despair in his wake. You got to hear him talk to all the victim daughter. Yeah, man, I literally tell her, say, oh, lucky, me to kill you, you know. And yet, by continuing to glorify him, we title like, sir, we risk allow the legacy to live on. We risk sending message to future criminals that crime pays, that violence earns you respect, and that fear equals power. This is why Sir Putia call to rename Q. It is so important. It is not just semantics. It's about reclaiming the narrative. It's about ensuring that criminals like Q are remembered as not legends, but as cautionary tale. Dirty Bungle Q. The role of society in dismantling criminal narratives. As a society, we have the responsibility to stop glorifying criminals like Dirty Bungle Q. This means stripping them of any title, platforms, or symbols that elevate their status. It means calling them what they truly are: predators, destroyers, and burdens on society that exploits. He's nothing but a parasite and need repellent to send out of his misery. Calling Q carrier, Q criminal, Q or Dirty Bungle Q is a step in the right direction. It's a way to reclaim the power from individuals like him and remind everyone that crime is not a part to honor or respect. Dirty Bungle Q. You're lucky some in that Jamaica as a detective. All corrows and corrobunkers and Dirty Bungle. The final world career criminal Q. From now on, let's put an end to the glorification of individual like Dirty Bungle Q. He's not Sir Q. He has not earned that title, and he will never will. Never. He's a career criminal Q. A man defined by his crimes. And Dirty Bungle Q. A fitting reflection of his moral decay. By rejecting the name Sir Q, we take a stand against the glorification of crime and remind everyone that there is nothing noble about a life built on fear and destruction. As Sir Porter say, no criminal deserves the title, sir. It's time we call Q and others like him what they are. Dirty Bungle Q. So this is part 2 of the 7-part series. You watch, you listen, and you decide. Dirty Bungle Q. Rape, extortion, shooting, or any form that harms. These actions destroy lives. They create victims, break families, and destabilize communities. That's why we tell you, say we don't want enough views. We are the only channel. From day one, we say we do not want your views. We do not want your likes. We do not want your comments. We do not want your subscription. These people are like mongrel dogs coming over here. I have to tell you that. Mongrel dogs, post in your comment. I do not want you over here. Me don't negotiate with depraved mind people. You can't come out with all kind of people, how much people may kill and how much this that. Me not going to answer on anything that I have done in my life. I always do it in the confines of the law. I am the person who believes in the rule of law. A 40 Jamaican tell lie for me, and a 1 man prevent me from going to prison. And I man when want it for double murder when I save him life. You can't tell me nothing about you. When I wickedest, hey, look here, when I wickedest mongrel dogs them from the PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization community, you don't know nothing in truth. You know, we're cultured, nurtured, socialized, domesticated, and indoctrinated to be criminal-minded people and hate police. You think some don't know that? From a little boy I grew up in my community at Johnson where the belly of the beast. From a small, the first thing from me have sense where them teach me. And my mother tell me, said, don't ever me hear you say that again. Them teach you, if you hate police are your enemy. And every labor right for dead. And when my mother hear me say that, my mother hold me by my ears and say, listen to me. Police, I people them. I must say, you have your auntie. My sister, she a police. Fear son of police too. Big detective, me not to call him name. And she hold me by my ears and said, never me hear you say that. You have family or all of them are police. Never make me hear you say that again. Police are good people. The people them like police are criminal, my son. Labor rights are Jamaicans too. Just like all of we here. So never hear you echo that. You hear me, son? And she, when me tell you, twine me ears, and she said, looking at my eye, When you repeat what I say, police are good people. They are the one that protect we. That's why nobody can come and violate your mother. And not because we know people. That's how I think a police them hate. Because a police I want make people get justice. Labor rights are good people. Them are Jamaican like we. It's just that them are not violent and wicked like these people who live amongst. So never let me hear you echo such word again. But labor right for dead and police are your enemy. Don't go criminals and people don't respect other people say that. You hear me say, my son? And me say, yes, mom. From that day to now, nobody can tell me say no labor right for dead. I'm tell you say a Jamaican them. That's how them teach me in my community. In a Jonestown where the belly of the beast, where criminality born. That's why them not like me, them say me a labor right. I'm not telling about to no mother, but me not do it. There's no reason for me to reason with them because phone brain done insulated from the truth. And the laser beam can penetrate it. And just get and fry on the brain so I don't have none. So me not talk with Uno. Me not talk to Uno. Me not talk to the people them with from my background. Because Uno can't think. Most of Uno can't read. And even the ones that we can't read, ignore them contents because them love them party. Them love Jamaica. Them love them fellow Jamaicans. Them love police. Even police love police. You have a brother who come born and grow in a Jonestown. Him name Derek Powell. Me attack. I want detective. He was detective inspector under Rockford. Him thief. Me not say about no alleged, you know. That's why I'm not getting a black cap, you know. Hey, look here, man. Only don't make me get mad, you know, man. Because, hey, look here, I'm not tell lie on people. That's why I shut him up the other day. You understand? So, moving back. Hey, me don't want nobody like me. I don't want nobody like me. Man, I do nothing for no like me and them things. I don't want no criminal-minded people like me. That's why Donald Trump win, because of people like this career, unrepentant criminal who come in the United States as an illegal immigrant and create problem. Just like you have Squash 6 Boss down right here in a Broward County where him get people to kill people in American style. Them fuck back at Jamaica. Remember saying criminals, they create victims, break families and destabilize communities by supporting someone like Sir Q. You are not just excusing his crimes. You are encouraging the others to follow in his footsteps. And then him talk like him as some big hero and him proud of what him do. So the argument that he's not a rapist creates a dangerous false dichotomy. It suggests that crimes can be weighed against each other in a way that diminishes their individual impact. It's as if people believe that because someone isn't the worst possible criminal, they deserve a pass for everything else. But crime doesn't work that way. The harm caused by robbery, rape, murder, extortion is real. Shooting, all of these things real and devastating. It's robbed people of their safety, their dignity, and in many cases their lives. And you gotta talk about say boy, true man a rapist or a fool or what? When I talk now, roll on because with the little girl, where six of them roll her and rape her. Oh, the whole of them for dead. Well, all the people them kill people too. Even Stevens, that's what me believe in. A guy come talk about say boy, him not support me on the departure lounge argument. Sir Q, I can't tell you all them things there. You're just living on the edge. You're on borrow time. Because you so slip up in a car, criminal not change. Focusing on what Sir Q hasn't done distract from the enormous damage he has done. So why accountability matters? Sir Q will lack of remorse makes him particular dangerous. This isn't someone who has learned from his mistake or who is seeking redemption. This is someone who proudly recounts his crimes, glorifies his actions, and shows no regard for the people he has harmed. To excuse him is to dismiss the suffering of his victims. This is to say that their pain doesn't matter as long as Sir Q uphold a so-called moral code. Which criminal a criminal But accountability is not about comparing one crime to another. It's about holding people responsible for the harm they have caused and ensuring that they can't continue to hurt others. So the bigger picture here, the problem with supporting someone like Sir Q go beyond this individual actions. It's perpetuate a culture where criminals are glorified, where their stories are celebrated and their victims are forgotten. It's normalized violence and creates a dangerous precedent that some crimes are acceptable as long as they don't cross an arbitrary line. This mindset doesn't just harm communities, it tears them apart. It creates an environment where people like Sir Q can thrive, where their actions go unchecked, and where justice becomes a distant ideal rather than a tangible reality. Supporting an unrepentant career criminal like Sir Q is indefensible. No matter how you spin it, the excuse, well, at least he's not a rapist, is not just weak, it's insulting to his victims and to the countless people who suffer at the hands of a career criminal like him. Let's be clear, criminal is still a criminal. Their action deserves scrutiny, condemnation and accountability, not excuses. To support someone like Sir Q is to turn your back on victims, on justice, and on the very value that holds society together. So it's time to stop glorifying criminals and start demanding accountability for every crime, every victim, and for every life destroyed. So we are going to make you listen to this career. We are making you listen to this career criminal. We haven't edit or delete anything. We have, as we tell you, over here, we don't tell lie. So you're going to hear it in your own cell. We having a conversation with this career criminal. As we tell you, we don't like criminal. Remember, we're all detectives, so we know what we are doing. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. As we tell you, over here, sign up for criminal-minded people, So all of you who hate me because me speak the truth, yeah, I don't care. Just like how most of you, yeah, man. Are we first, tell the world, are we first tell the world that Mark Golden is not a Jamaican, he's born a Jamaica, he's born in England. We're telling you that from last year. People never like me. You're eater because you're liberate. Only liberate alone speak truth. So it's true, it's true, say PMP are criminal-minded people. Born and raised around them, so they can't talk to me and them thing there, yeah. And Mark Golden come down and him tell us, say, hey, I'm going to gay agenda, I want to come out and vote. Voting on the droves in a St. Thomas and Clarendon. Now for sure how vile your people are, wicked, unconscionable, empty vessels like ox. You people are dead corpse, walking with life. Not even the alarm clock can wake up on the brain. So, we want you to listen to this career criminal. You watch, you listen, and you decide. In its entirety, yes, you listen. And you're going to realize that you are funding an unrepentant murderer and robber. You watch, you listen, you decide.
Good evening, supporter. I just get a phone call from an individual who, claim to know you, telling me some things about you. You see? And to be quite honest with you, I was a little, what I said, taken aback. Person wasn't biased against you, nor biased against those who are talking against you. However, they explained some things to me about you and how they know you operate, right? So, I see you making your videos and stuff. Right now, not sure why you involved me in it like that, other than where you are set, which to me it is not. It's not big enough to be involving me in it. You see. Secondly, me as a person, if me see you say something about me, then I'll come out and respond to you. And the thing is, Mr. Porter, I want you to understand, you're a big man, and I know you do your thing, and you're doing what you feel is right. And I don't have nothing against what you're saying and what you do. I don't knock nothing what you say or what you do. It's just maybe your points, your angle, how your preemptive strike. Me not agree with that. Me can't tell you that, and me have my right to do that. So that. But outside of that, Mr. Porter, I have too much respect for you as a former police officer and so forth, and as a big man to be dealing with the thing like this. I don't like it, just for type of person how me grew up. Me grew up with certain manners and respect and certain principles, And me see as a big man, me even go into details, go check out the thing, really going for fight, try even so me can to get a better understanding of you. You understand? So, me narrow you down to around the Maryland, DC area, all them sitting there, and you dig, if I needed to, but me just assure you, say, the level of respect that I have for you, I would like that to be maintained. I really don't want to get involved with anything anybody have to say about you out there. You dig? Because me personally, I have nothing to say. I gotta say something if me hear you style me. And me just feel say you style me, so me I say what me I say. You see? So me don't know where you stay already. You do what you want to do and all them things that fine, I do what I want to do as well. But at this point now, looking at the whole thing, you see, I'm not into, we're not doing nothing for please nobody on them things there, you see. And me not really, like me say, I don't like, it's better if it was somebody else. But having to make videos like this and so about somebody like you, I don't like it. You dig? So, me just reach out to you right yourself. So me not really want to make no more video about you upon them levels there. You understand? So me just bring that to you, make you know say me not like where you going. You dig? Yeah, me not like how you try mix me up in them things there subliminally. You see? Like me as some criminal and them thing there. Come can tell us him you're a criminal, Mr. Porter. Big man thing. And this is what you want to say about me. You see, me know what me do in a society. Right now, you see? Yeah, so I just hit that now, I want to show you. Bless up.
What's up, Sir Q?
Jamaica Young Police.
Yeah, man, Chris Porter speaking, man. Yeah, man, you call and say, boy, I went Tuesday night, Wednesday night, one of them, I'm saying I miss it to me, call it back. Because, we don't have nothing for hide on them thing there, I just mean this. 100%. Authentic, born and raised in a belly of beast. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? Born, raised in a Jonestown concrete jungle. And
yeah, me know, listen, me know all of that, me know all that. Me not follow your thing, So me know all of that.
That's my background. But, grew up and see certain things. The police are actually going on them things in my community. My hero is a man named Tom Levine. Tom Levine is a police who killed the most criminal ever in Jamaica. Over 160 criminals them man they kill. And the PMP said that will never happen again. They don't want no police like that. Then you have Isaiah Leng, Trinity, and some bigger food and some other name brand police officer who came after. But he's the original man, you understand? Tom Levine, that is my idol. That I man me look up to. One thing with me and them thing, I don't care about people, them political affiliation and them thing. All I do, I care about the truth. That is just me. Yeah, so you listen your voice message where you say you say boy no where you call and you sound upset at them thing about the video that we done with the man. So
yeah, man, me never feel that way about it, man, coming from you.
Oh, feel that way? Oh, why you feel that way about it? So let me tell you something. Between me, you know that before this gentleman retrieve his vehicle, he called me a few times before then, because he wanted to expose what was happening between both of you. After I listened to him, I said it would be nonsensical on my part to do that, because if I do that, I would be adding flame to the fire. Because at the time you had the vehicle, you understand? So I refused to hear it. Him even even my squad, my roommate, the brother named Donovan Barnes, he was asking me if I know him, and I told him yes. I haven't spoken to Barnes in years. After I'd spoken to him, Barnes called me like twice, 2 times he called me. Up to now I haven't returned his call. And I don't think the calls that Barnes had called me had anything to do with the car issue. It more have to do with something with 2 of his sons. And I'm not going to talk about them things, because them things they are private, it was a private. I think I know it's a private matter on them things, you understand? So, well, I didn't get the chance to return Mr. Donovan Barnes' call. So, there was no collusion or anything that I put on Barnes, this man to Barnes. You understand? So you have your chance to rebut what the man say. The man say, you hear what him say?
Yeah, everything what him say.
Yeah. So
listen.
Yeah. So you have a chance. You have a chance to tell the truth. You understand what I'm saying? I'm saying, I want to win. I'm here about the truth and them thing there. And all I want to see about Jamaica, even to go back to the 1980s. I don't know how old are you?
52.
Alright, so how old are you on them thing there? What age when you leave Jamaica?
7-year-old.
Okay, so so you're 52. So you're born 52. So let me say you're born 1972. So you leave Jamaica 79. So you leave Jamaica. Which state you migrated to?
I go Canada first, Toronto, then I go New York.
So you end up in Canada first? You know, so you're not kid still on them thing. Oh.
Because me was the last person from out of my family to migrate. So, my mother leave me with, basically strangers here. Right?
Where in Jamaica?
I just start out, I go everywhere from Yarden, Fletcher's Land, Magaga Gully, to the last place I end up in Papine.
So originally, which community you are from then? Like how me, my born at Jonestown, that's my neighbor string cut.
Alright, Tivoli Garden, that's where my father come from.
Oh, okay. So him still alive?
No man, I'm dead before me even turn one.
He was a stepper?
He must struggle the fence,
Okay, alright. Well, my deepest condolences to your virgin for, grew up and know your father.
Yeah, so. From this, them, once him drop out now, I just start bat around.
Okay. You're from stranger, so on to your grandparents?
Everybody there are foreign, so me was the last one for go.
Oh. So how many children your father had?
Me don't know, me just know of myself, but I don't know a whole lot about him because my mother don't talk about him now.
Okay, what is your father's correct name? I want them ELS when them call them at Tivoli. Because you have people from Tivoli, But them call in at times, and anytime we say anything bad wrong about Tivoli, them call and correct it, Because one thing with them, them defend them community, you know that though.
Yeah, man.
So what was your father correct name? Because maybe somebody will know him good, will come and tell you, say, boy, this man, the man was decent man, educated, because so all of the community them in our Kingston metropolitan area, so Tivoli Gardens produce the brightest people them know, the most doctors and lawyers and them thing like well in America right now. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm glad to say you know them thing like. Unlike my community at Jonestown and Jungle, we produce criminals. They more focus on education and business, while we focus on criminality.
I must say Tivoli, because of the enclosure of it, them have a library, them have a history teacher. You saw him die now, but you just have a gentleman down there. He have a library in our house, and he was a history teacher, just West Kingston, everything about West Kingston, Tivoli Garden, tell you how every brick go. So you had people like them in the community. I remember say Remember, say now, even the done them when them a run the thing, now, Dodos and all of them, you know, the youths them, they have to go school. You see, and then they support them whole, you know, them really did support them. Football clubs and a little youth act up over the school there. You can get sent to the office, the Dodos office, you see, and get straightened out. You see, and so there was always that drive for the youth, and, you know, until they reach a certain age, you make the decision if you go so. But at the younger part of most youths at Tivoli Garden, you know, prior to the incursions, they had more opportunity than the rest around them, you know, than the rest of the communities around them, because me can say, me see them put effort. Man, them used to look at youths, them family, them used to get them look at envelope. Down to the clinic used to get them envelope. School used to get them envelope. You see? So you know, they had them. So they had that smart way to the idea of what Siaga did. What was Siaga intentions? You know.
Legacy. Yeah. So what is your father? What is your father's current name? When them call him at Tivoli.
Hold on there.
Yes, man. I'm still here, man.
Yeah. Where do you say now?
Yeah, me say I'm asking you. So what is your father's current name?
His name Stanley James.
So what them call him back then?
I don't know nothing about it. My mother, for some reason, she don't talk about him. Even when I ask her, she don't.
Oh, so you more resemble your father or your mother?
You know, so two of them look like brother and sister.
Oh, okay, alright. Well,
you know, but you know, so me you make that come down. You can't hold on upon that, sir.
So your father never have no siblings? So your father never have no siblings?
I don't, like me say, I don't know nothing about the man.
Oh, okay.
My mother used to talk anything about him.
So your mother is from Tivoli Gardens, though?
No, she from Fletcher's Land.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So as I said, so you migrate when you're 7, you come to America, and you go to Canada, then you come across in America. So which state you were living in?
New York.
Which one I borrow?
Queens, mainly.
So how you end up now, in America, end up in a jail and all that? What really happened?
I was born into a crime family, you know.
But your mother side of family them a crimer?
Yeah, for the most part. Not my grandma. Her kids. It started with her kids. But my grandmother decent too much. She tried to grow them, but I don't know where the bad man genes come from. I don't know where they come from. So but my grandmother, she not like that, and my grandfather, he's not like that. You know, my grandfather was accountant to the government. You understand, Jamaican government. He was also a warder at GP one time, and when he was died, he had his firm, a clean firm, used to deal with the government, some of the government accountants. See? Yeah. So they don't have them, you know, them come from intelligent
background.
Right, you know, them side of them are some aristocrat, you know. And cause the whole of them even deal them placed up in a cherry girl plant place there.
Up there, so your grandparents used to live?
My grandfather.
Yeah.
My grandfather originally come from, I think, St. Thomas.
Oh, okay.
St. Thomas, yeah, St. Thomas. And it was bright. Some go England go get education.
Yeah.
No, that's not. Hold on 1 second.
So we have come to the end of part 2. Yeah, man. We have come to the end of part 2 of this in the 7-part series, The Life and Crime of Dirty Bungalow Q. So here we are at the conclusion of part 2 of this 7-part series. expose, where you have heard firsthand the boast, shameless and unrepentant confessions of a man who dares to demand the title of Sir. So let me make it crystal clear. This man is no Sir. He's a dirty bungle, career criminal Q. Yeah man, he's dirty bungle Q, career criminal Q. A man born in a dynasty of criminality, a family where criminal isn't just a choice, but a way of life embedded in their very DNA, from the womb of a woman deeply entrenched in the world of crime to uncles, aunts, cousins, associates. Every branch of his family tree is steeped in lawlessness. And now this man, dripping with arrogance and filth, wants us decent law-abiding citizens of Jamaica to call him Sir, a title reserved for nobility, for honor, and for those who uplift their communities, not destroy them. To call him Sir would be an insult to every individual who has worked tirelessly to build a life of integrity, honesty, decency, and service. A family born into crime, Dirty Bungle Q, isn't just an individual offender. He's a product of a family that celebrates and perpetrates criminality. His mother, a woman he proudly described as a criminal herself, raised him in an environment where theft, deceit, drug dealing, and violence were not just tolerated, they were glorified, celebrated, and then put all those in their family who have commit heinous crime on a pedestal and laud and revere them. His aunts, his uncles reinforced these values, creating a network of criminality that fed his twisted sense of entitlement. Came into the United States of America as an illegal immigrant and commit the heinous act of murder, robbery, and unrepentant. Oh, them send back a man like this. Should I get the death penalty? You take a life, you're supposed to lose yours. And you don't go to Jamaica and kill another Jamaican and end up in a prison. This is the case of a man gone astray or a victim of unfortunate circumstances. This is a man who comes from the lineage of corruption and embrace it fully. He wears his family's criminal legacy as a badge of honor, boasting about it as though it were something to be proud of. Criminal must be shamed, denounced. You don't want them around you. Dirty bungle and carousing. What makes Dirty Bungle Q arrogance even more appalling in his audacity to demand the title Sir. Let me be blunt. Sir is a title that represents dignity, respect, and honor. It is not for criminal predators and for those who destroy lives. It is not for someone who has left a trail of pain and fear, who boasts about his crimes and show no remorse. People like Dirty Bungle Q, career criminal Q, have no place among the noble. They belong in the shadow of shame, not on pedestal of respect, and yet he dares to demand recognition as if his life of crime warrants anything but disgust. Renounce the old Dirty Bungle, man. Smell like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you do with shit. Them money are nothing good. Them are it. If you smell it, that's what it is. So for those of you who love him, who tune into his stories with admiration, let me tell you this. Your adoration for Dirty Bungle Q speak volumes about your own values. If you idolize a man who thrives on violence and destruction, then you too are complicit in perpetuating the culture of criminality that plague our society. As for me, Sir Porter, I have zero affinity for men like him, for those who support him. My loyalty lies with decent, hard-working Jamaicans who live with integrity despite the challenges they face. I do not and will never celebrate criminals or their enablers. Dirty Bungle Q is not a hero. He's a parasite, feeding on the suffering of others and reveling in the chaos he creates. Worse than filth in a toilet. To those of you who celebrate him, let me ask you, would you drink water from a toilet? Would you embrace the filth that clogs its pipe? Because that is exactly what you're doing when you uplift a man like Dirty Bungle Q. is worse than the filth in a toilet. At least the filth has a purpose, a function. But men like him, they are nothing but waste, burdens on society that bring nothing but pain and destruction. Supporting him is an act of self-destruction, a betrayal of the very values that hold our communities together. So this series is not about exposing Dirty Bongo Q for what he is. It is about fighting the culture that allows men like him to thrive. It's about challenging those who glorify crime and those who excuse it. As we move forward in the next part of this series, you will see more of the darkness that surrounds him and his legacy. But let this be a moment of reflection. Ask yourself, do you stand with those who uplift society, or do you stand with those who tear it down? Because to support Dirty Bongo Q is to turn your back on justice and decency, honesty and truthfulness, and the very fabric of what makes us human. So stay tuned for part 3 of this 7-part series, where we will delve even deeper into the twisted mind of Dirty Bongo Q and the network of enablers that prop him up. This is not just his story, it's a story about the fight for the soul of our society. So let's ensure that criminals like Dirty Bongo Q are remembered for not legends, but for the vile stain they are. Together, we can reclaim our communities to restore the value of that truly matters. This is Sir Porter, and I stand firmly against crime, criminals, and the culture that support them. So have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.